Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a January favorites. I do a get ready with me style, so this is the completed look using all of my January favorites. I hope you enjoy, and if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already, and let's get into it. The first favorite is this Bobbi Brown Plump Lip Serum. I've been using this for the last few months and I really like it. The texture kind of reminds me of a like lip balm, lip gloss kind of texture. It's not quite as thick as a lip balm, not quite as thin as a lip oil, and it has like a little bit of grippiness to it, and it has this really nice glossy finish. And I have been loving using this to prep my lips before makeup. I feel like it just makes them look smooth and supple and ready for lip products afterwards. So I've really been loving this, and I'm almost out of it. I feel like if I had let this settle to the very bottom, I'd probably only have like 1/4 of this left. And it has a kind of like citrusy classic Bobbi Brown scent. If you've ever tried their face base, it kind of has that similar scent to it. So if you don't like that, I don't think you'd like this scent, but I personally like citrusy smells, so I don't mind it, and it's not too overpowering, so it's not obnoxious or anything like that. So yeah, I've really been liking this. It's been a really great prep step for my lips before I put any lip products on, and I let it settle while I do the rest of my face. I've been loving this duo here. This is the Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation. I'm wearing the shade Medium 1 today, and I've been loving to apply it with a damp beauty sponge. I don't typically use beauty sponges because I feel like brushes are just easier and more convenient, but I've just been loving the way it applies with a damp beauty sponge. It just looks a lot more natural and not as heavy on my skin. And another thing I've really been liking when I apply these on my face is I will put a pump on the back of my hand like this. Honestly, that's too much. And I'll take this e.l.f. brow lift applicator. It's to like flatten your brows down after you've put like a brow gel in, but I use this to spread the product across my skin. I really need to invest in a foundation spatula because that is exactly what I'm doing right here, and it would be nice to have the specific tool for that. But I use this to spread a really thin layer across my skin. I only used like 2 little scrapes of this, and I have way too much product left on my hand. I won't even be using that much more for the other side of my face. But then I'll take my sponge and just dab that out. And it just gives me the prettiest coverage, and it's not too heavy, it's really quick, and it just looks like my skin but better. But I get the coverage that I want from it. I've been noticing that I put way too much base products on. I'll put way too much foundation, way too much concealer. So this really helps me to keep the amount of product I put on my face down, and so I'm not over applying it, because I just have a bad habit of putting way too much product on my face. And especially now that I'm like getting older and I have more fine lines, it just helps not to have as much product on my face. And this helps me get the coverage that I want, but without using too much product. And this is how much product I still have left on the back of my hand. It's still quite a lot. I probably could have just used like half a pump if I wanted to, but I still have a really nice base, and it's not too heavy, blended out really seamlessly and beautifully. And I've just been loving that technique. I think it's so nice. I had someone ask me to do a review on this, so I'm happy to do an entire dedicated video to this if you still want. Let me know in the comments down below. But I've been loving this because it gives me such a pretty skin-like finish. It gives me really good everyday coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy or greasy on my skin. I just think it sits so pretty on the skin. I really like the match that I have. Medium 1 seems to work pretty well for me. I feel like it could be like a tinge deeper or a tinge more of a better match, but I think they did such a good job on this formula, and I'm really loving it. And every time I do my makeup with it, I'm like, ah, I love the way my skin looks right now. I've been loving this for the last couple months actually, because I haven't done a favorites video in a while. I do not have a concealer favorite at the moment. I'm kind of testing out a few right now. So I'm just going to go in with my Becca Under Eye Corrector. I'm going to spray some setting spray. And for concealer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty new concealer. This is their We're Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer. I'm going to be using the shade 240N today. I've tried this once before and I really liked the finish, so I'm going to try it again today. I think this is a product that they were kind of missing from their collection. A lot of their base products are more matte or like satin, and they don't have a ton of hydrating base products, so I'm really excited to see them come out with more hydrating things. I'm also going to go in with the shade 225N for a little bit more brightening. This is not a favorite, but I'm testing it out again, and I'll come back with more thoughts later. But so far so good. I think it's really pretty. It has nice like light to medium coverage. Looks really skin-like and hydrating on the under eyes, and I'm liking it so far. Not a favorite, but it's in the works and I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. And I'm gonna let that sit on my face for about 30 seconds to a minute and talk about the bronzer that I've been loving. For a favorite bronzer, this is the Tower 28 Bronzino in the shade West Coast. If you're following my project pan, you know that this is part of it, and I just fell back in love with this bronzer. I think it makes my skin look really pretty. It is such a pretty everyday bronzer too. It makes my skin look really luminous. It makes me look lively and like I'm tanned and like I'm my better self when I'm wearing this. So this has been a favorite. I'm getting so much more use out of this too. It feels good to be using this up. And I'll just stamp this into my cheek, kind of like where I would contour, but a little bit higher than that. And then on my forehead as well. I think this tone is also so pretty for my skin tone. Then I'll go in with a little bit more setting spray and blend out my concealer. I'm going to use my Phyto-Surgeon Spectral Shine in Dew of Dawn as my highlighter today. I just use my bronzer brush and stamp that onto my skin. Another favorite of mine has been this BK Beauty 104 brush. This is like a tapered powder brush and it is so soft and fluffy. I love setting my face with this because it just distributes the powder really evenly throughout my face, and it just feels so gentle and peaceful when I apply it. I just really like using this to apply my powders, and I've just been enjoying it. Like every time I put it on, I'm like, oh, so sweet. But I'm going to use this to set my face, and I'm using the Pat McGrath setting powder. This brush is the perfect density because it's dense but not too dense. It's quite like fluffy, I guess. A blush that I've been absolutely loving is this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Luminous Flush. And I think this is so pretty. It's not what you would expect from me. I feel like it's very pink and like I like more mauve-y, rosy tones, but this just does something to my cheeks. It's so pretty. I've also gotten quite a few people DMing me and messaging me asking me what this shade is when I'm wearing it, and I just think it's such a natural, pretty, everyday type of blush, and it gives a really pretty finish too. And one way that I've been loving to use this is to layer it on top of like a cream blush or something like that. So I have been doing that a lot, but I also like this alone as well. So this is the blush on one side with it versus without. I also just love the finish. It's very like lit from within, just like a lot of other Hourglass products, and I think the tone is just very natural but still cute and pretty. I really like it. This Giorgio Armani liquid eyeshadow has been my favorite eyeshadow for the last couple of months. This is in the shade 30M, and it's kind of like a cool toned taupey brown gray color, and I just think it is so pretty for every day. It looks really pretty with like a light sparkle on top of the eye as well, so it's just versatile and it's really easy to use. You just slap it on and blend it out, and it's a really good one and done, and I've been wearing this a lot lately. I also really like the applicator because it's pointy and it's very easy to get to the small parts of my eye because I do have smaller eyes. And I'll just use a little fluffy brush and blend that all out. I just think it gives me really good everyday dimension and definition on my eye, and it's just so easy to use as well. It's a little something. It's not too much. It's not too little, in my opinion. I really like it. I just think it's pretty. I wouldn't say that this specific product has been a favorite, but this makeup stuff I guess has been a favorite. I've really been liking to put brown liquid liner and a little wing on my lash line, and I don't know that I love this, but I don't hate it. This is the Black Magic Cocoa Edit liquid eyeliner from Ico. I just found this in my collection and I wanted to do a little brown liner, and this is what I've been using. It's worked out pretty nicely, but I feel like I would prefer maybe an eyeliner that's a little bit more brown. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I do have a couple more in my collection that I can try out before I buy something. But if you have one that you absolutely love, I would love to know which one it is and to try it out. My favorite mascara has been the Caliray Compleller High Water Mascara. It's just so pretty. At first I didn't love this, but the more I used it, the more I loved it. And I think it's such a great everyday mascara because it just gives me really good everyday lashes. It's not too chunky or too light, and I also like the wand. It's like a thinner wand, so it's easier to get into the corner of my eye. I will say though, I don't think that tubing mascaras are the easiest to remove. I actually prefer removing a waterproof mascara with like a really good oil cleanser, because the tubes sometimes are just so hard to get rid of on every single lash, and I feel like I have to tug at my lashes to be able to remove every single tube from my lashes. So I would argue this is harder to remove than other mascaras, but I do really like the look it gives my lashes. Another favorite has been the Buble and Rudy Berry Freckled Pen. I think this is such a good idea for a freckle pen. I think this is such a great product for beginners who want to do fake freckles but are kind of intimidated by it, because this doesn't replicate freckles like the Freck does. That is like one you stamp on your face and it has a lot of pigment, and you can press it on your face and then replicate the freckles as you like pounce it across your skin, if that makes sense. This one doesn't replicate it. Once you push it down, it's not gonna pick it up and then put it somewhere else. It kind of just dabs that first one out and makes it look more sheer once you tap it out. So I think that's why it makes it really user-friendly, because it's not overwhelming and you place it exactly where you want and then you shear it out with your finger. But I will say I do wish that they had more shades of this. I wish they had maybe 1 or 2 shades deeper, because I can tell personally that this shade is not dark enough for me, because when I put this over the beauty marks that I already have on my face, I can tell that it is like a shade or 2 lighter than my actual beauty marks, and it would be nice if they had like 1 or 2 shades deeper than this, so it'll show up on a lot more skin tones, because I would prefer if this were like a shade or 2 darker. And that's why I really like the freckle pens and freckle products that they have, because they have their OG shade and then they have Noir, which is deeper. I use that one way more than I do the OG one because it matches my actual beauty marks on my face. So yeah, I just wish that this had like 1 or 2 more shades that were deeper, because I think that it would work a lot better for tan to deep skin tones and even my light medium skin tone. But the concept of this is amazing. I also have been loving using this as a lip liner. I was super into lip stains last month, and to name a few that I loved the Kaja ones. I loved the Peri Para Ink Mood lip tints. lip stains, and I also loved the Milani lip stain. I don't know where mine is at the moment, but I really liked that one too. I'm not really feeling like a stain today, but I really loved this combo last month too. It is these two here. This is the Patrick Ta lip liner in She's Strong. It's a really pretty lip liner. I've loved these lip liners for years at this point. And then this is new to me. This is the Naturium Phyto-Glow lip balm. I got the entire cafe like latte collection that they came out with. I bought all 4 of them and I love all 4 shades so much, but this combo specifically is so pretty. It's like caramel lips. So this is the Patrick Ta lip liner in She's Strong. I think these are a very underrated lip liner. Honestly, this alone with a little bit of lip gloss is so pretty. But on top, I've been loving the Naturium Phyto-Glow lip balm in the shade Chai. Doesn't this just make the prettiest caramel lip combo? I love these two together so much. And also the Naturium Phyto lip balms are just really good. They're really hydrating. They're thick and like grippy and cushiony on the lips, and they're very nice. I definitely want to get more shades of this. I'm really not trying to buy more makeup right now, but this is on my radar to buy more shades for sure because it is such a nice formula and I love the shades that she has, but I have plenty, so I'll just use what I have. And I'm really happy with all the shades that I have too. But if I needed a new lip balm, I would definitely get the clear of this because it's just such a good like straight up lip balm. Like not even like a tinted lip balm, just like a straight up lip treatment lip balm. This is really nice. And yeah, I've been loving this combo. I think it's so pretty. It feels really nice and my lips feel very hydrated throughout the entire day when I'm wearing this combo too. My last favorite for the month is not a makeup product, but it is beauty related. This is the YSL Lavalliere perfume. This is a fig and rose perfume and it smells so incredible. It is really fresh and warm and clean, and that's exactly what I want to smell like. I always want to smell clean, fresh, but like warm and inviting, and this is definitely it. I've actually seen a lot of creators talk about this being their favorite, and it really is such a good scent. And every time I wear this, Ryan tells me I smell good, which I love to hear. And I also just love the way I smell when I wear this. I'll like catch whiffs of myself and I'm like, and I just think it's so pretty. I have really been loving this, and I love rose scents too, so it makes sense. And yeah, it's just been such a great fragrance for me. I think I'm especially gonna love this in the springtime because it does smell so fresh and florally. It is such a gorgeous scent, and I'm not super drawn to scents right away, so when I am, I know it's a good one for me, and it doesn't give me headaches because a lot of perfumes give me headaches and that one does not. Okay, so that was all of my favorites for the month of January, and this is also the completed look using all of my favorites. Let me know if we shared any favorites or what some of your favorites were or most used products were over the month of January. I would love to know and read that. Also, let me know if you have any further questions about any of the things that I talked about, and I'll make sure to get back to you. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!